Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Challen here for Forever Football, DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It is preview day. This has been pre-recorded the day before release date of the video, but as I'm recording it, it's Thursday. As you're watching it, it's Friday, the day before the match. It's preview time. We're hosting Morecambe at the Keep Moat Stadium. I will be at the match, so if you do see me, don't be afraid to say hi. Obviously, you know, stick to any kind of COVID regulations as best you can, but there's no real restrictions, so, you know, do whatever you feel is necessary. But come and say hi if you feel alright with it. But this is the preview for Morecambe, so I'm going to go through my predicted lineup, predicted scoreline, talk a little bit about Morecambe because I think it's worth talking about them a little bit, and share my thoughts overall on Wellinger's comments going into this game, and also a bit off topic, going a little bit about what Baldwin said in the Radio Sheffield. So before we get started, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video, and we're going to get straight into this one. So let's first of all talk a little bit first of all about the comments from Gavin Baldwin, and it's sort of the reason why I'm talking about it in the Morecambe preview is because I think it's some kind of, I think he's trying to boost the momentum of the fan base with what he's saying. I think it's having the opposite effect, unfortunately. From some of the fans anyway, from at least, you know, 50% of the fan base having the opposite effect. From some of the fan base, it's having a 50-50 effect. Obviously, I think the main bit you sort of take about from what he said is we want to make sure we're championship ready. So for those of you who don't know what championship ready is, basically he wants to make sure we don't go straight back down. We sort of want to be a stable championship club, and it might not, and he said it might not even happen next season. It might happen the season after that. It might be a couple of years before we get back in championship. So, you know, I think he said this season is about consolidation. This season it's about breaking even and trying to build long term. And you know, it's a patient. I think what Baldwin's trying to say and what he's trying to do is a patient process. I just don't know if the fans have got that patience and it'll all come crumbling down. I'm not saying to fans, give Baldwin a chance. I'm not saying to him, don't give him a chance. I'm saying some fans won't accept a patient process because we've had the decline on the pitch in the last few years. We sold Marquise and Whiteman and put it towards the stability and going into the club. And we haven't really replaced them with permanent additions yet. This is the first year where we're building a permanent spine. You know, like I said, I'm reserving judgment until I see the proof in the pudding that we will be championship ready in a few years, well, in a couple of years, at least 2 years. And Baldwin did say in the Radio Sheffield it'll take 2 or 3 transfer windows for Wellens, but you know, I'm willing to reserve my judgment until I see the proof in the pudding. So so a couple of transfer windows later, if nothing's changed, we're in League 2 or bottom of League 1, still fighting at the bottom, then they've clearly lied. But I'm reserving judgment until I see the proof in the pudding with that. So, I mean, I'm guessing that's where some other people are. Some other people are Baldwin out already. Some people might be just giving it a chance. Whatever people do is up to them. But focusing then on Morecambe, let's first of all talk a little bit about Morecambe. What a start to the season they're having. You know, people were expecting them to be rock bottom of the league, coincidentally where we are. But no, Morecambe has surprised everyone, and there's a reason why I was predicting with Niall and Charlie on the EFL show. By the way, I've actually started linking the First 11 YouTube channel in the description down below these videos now, from this video onwards, because I'm, of course, part of the EFL show on that channel. So go check out the First 11, links in the description down below. The reason why I sort of predicted Morecambe to finish outside the relegation 4 is because I don't think they will be relegated, because they have a history, they have a record of not being relegated, and I think they've got that togetherness that's going to keep them out of danger this season, or at least away from the bottom 4 place this season. Maybe they might survive on the final day, but Morecambe will definitely not get relegated this year. No way, Jose. And no way, that's a WWE term. He's not in WWE anymore, it's AEW. But not AEW, TNA. But I think that not TNA, Impact. But I think that Morecambe will just stay up. I think they'll stay up. They're not going to be in the bottom four this season. They've got this togetherness about them. That's the reason why. And one of the impact players of that team is Cole Stockton. His goals have been immaculate for Morecambe. That half-line volley against Wimbledon, their defeat. 4-3 defeat to Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon. Plummin' heck. That was a good shot. So Morecambe have got a decent squad. We can't lie down against Morecambe. We've won once out of the last 5 games we've faced with them. Couple of draws, couple of defeats in the last 5, and I think 3 of them were conference games. So, you know, and the last time we beat them was a few years ago when we were in League 2 with them. We beat them 5-1 at their ground. So, you know, we can't take anything for granted with this one. We've got to take it as it comes. And Morecambe's going to be a very, very tough opposition. We know that. But I've just got this feeling that we'll get our first win. I think the defeat against Wimbledon, even though they deserved a point, at least a point out of that game, I think we could get something out of this game. So I'll go on about my prediction at the end of the video, but that's just where I stand anyway. Now, Richie Wellender's comments about this game. Apparently it's a very, very winnable game, according to the Radio Sheffield interview. He says we're not holding on the brakes like we did against Wigan, apparently with Dudu and Hawula not having as much fitness as we'd liked. He said that's why we sort of held on to the brakes against Wigan in that 2-1 defeat. Now he says we're going full throttle against Morecambe tomorrow. I'm willing to see what happens with this. Now, of course, like I said, I'll be at the ground, so I'll be able to see the game for myself. But I think that going full throttle against Morecambe could be a very interesting proposition. It could provide a very interesting game indeed. So I find Wellen's comments interesting, and we'll see what happens in the game to see if they come true. So let's have a look at my predicted team just here. So I'm going with the 4-3-3. So I've got Dahlberg in goal. I've got a back 4 of Noel, Anderson, Olowu and Rowe. Anderson is confirmed to be back for this game. Cameron Dunn is out for 4 to 6 weeks. And obviously we know about Taylor Knocknabery being out anyway. So that's my goalkeeper and back 4. Galbraith, Close and Bostock in the midfield. Hawula on the left, Seaman on the right, and Dudu up front. That is how I would set up anyway. Chako will be available on the bench. So I've got no doubts about that. He'll be on the bench for this game. And that is that for my predicted team. Now, finally then, predicted scoreline. Now, this has been the most difficult part of the video because I want to predict a win and I want to get the win finally. But again, like I said, it's going to be difficult, really difficult. So, I'm going to go 2-0 Rovers. I think we can keep Cole Stockton out. And I think we'll go full throttle against them. I've got every hope that we'll get a 2-0 win against them. I'm not denying Morecambe. They're going to have a few chances of their own. But I think we'll be up for this game a whole lot more. I think this will be one of the off games this season where Morecambe just aren't at the races. So I think we just want it more and we'll get those first 3 points on the board. So, and, you know, to those rival fans that say Doncaster are already relegated, can I just point out, first of all, we're not already relegated. We don't get relegated nearly 7 games into a season. Secondly, if we get this win, we are goal difference just inside the relegation zone, depending on our goal difference ahead of Shrewsbury. So if Ipswich and Crewe and the other team above us lose, in fact, hang on, I've got the table right here actually. I've got the League One table on the SofaScore app. By the way, go and download SofaScore. I haven't got the link in the description, so apologies for that. But go and download SofaScore, go and download FanHub, go and download all these different apps because they're brilliant on their own right. Looking at the table, Ipswich, Crewe and Shrewsbury lose, and we win, we go outside of the relegation zone. And also we need Charlton to maybe lose by a couple of goals as well as us winning by a couple of goals. So, you know, if we rely on a couple of other results, we'll be outside the relegation zone with the 1 win. And 1 win can change a form. So, you know, people just need to take this as an early season. You know, we're still early into this season. We're not, you know, 25 games into this season. We're only 6 games in for, well, 6 for us, 7 for other teams. So take it as it comes. It's going to be slow. It's going to be a process. It was going to be a slow burner season. We knew that. Just watch it come to fruition when we get the first win. So that's how I'm taking it anyway. Thank you very, very much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I'm Aaron Chandler from Football DRFC, Keep on the Rovers life, and that, my friends, full time. Rovers side die. Thank you very much. Rovers side die. Come on, you Rovers. 3 points on the board.